Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Destruction Part 2. In this part there will be an Intercontinental Championship match. It's a submission match later tonight. But coming up next, Mr. Anderson tries to make a name for himself when he goes one-on-one with the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Anderson in recent weeks has been on a crusade to try and make a name for himself in this company in the hopes of getting a championship match later down the line. Can the brash, young, arrogant guy from Green Bay, Wisconsin do what he set out to do tonight and defeat the legend that is Kurt Angle? It is not going to be an easy task. He knows that. But on the past couple of weeks in the aftermath of WrestleMania and here on the road to destruction, Mr. Anderson has been calling out Kurt Angle each way from anywhere. He's really had a lot to say about the Olympic gold medalist. And Mr. Anderson here tonight has a chance to prove his worth. Can he prove he's no fluke? Can he prove he's not a one-hit wonder? And can he defeat this guy, the Olympic gold medalist, about to make his way to the ring to an incredible crowd response? I'm telling you right now, Mr. Anderson has a hell of a task on his hands. If he wants to beat Kurt Angle, he's going to have to use everything in his arsenal, and it's not going to be easy. It is not going to be easy at all. Kurt Angle radiates confidence here tonight. To him, this is a routine matchup. To Mr. Anderson, this is a match of a lifetime. Mr. Anderson has the chance here tonight to etch his name into history and to cause major shockwaves to ripple throughout this company. Mr. Anderson looks into the eyes of Kurt Angle. Angle, he's so ruthless. In his debut matchup, beat John Cena at WrestleMania, then beat the Big Show, and has also beaten Kevin Nash in the past couple of weeks, and you see him go after the leg now as the match begins. Bell rung, flipping hell. The bell's been rung, and now they're locking up. Mr. Anderson and Kurt Angle going one-on-one here at Destruction. Mr. Anderson now taunting Kurt Angle. Look at the way he's just with no respect whatsoever, and that is why Mr. Anderson's got where he has now. Showing no mercy, showing no respect, but that can only get you so far. Angle now with a headlock taking him down. Angle, since arriving in NLW, has been undefeated. I believe he is 3-0 at the moment. He's had 3 matches in the company. One was against Cena, he won that at WrestleMania. One was against the Big Show, and one was against Kevin Nash, and he's won them all. Kurt Angle has never been pinned, never made to submit. But will that change here tonight? Mr. Anderson now going after that arm and working on it, and now Kurt Angle gets him in the corner. And oh, what a shot to Anderson, sending him right down. And that is the intensity that Kurt Angle personifies. And you see him driving that boot right into the skull of Anderson. Right into the throat there. And now it's really on the ear right now. Anderson is in trouble, and there's a back suplex by Angle. Anderson, he's got to get back into this if he's going to have any chance whatsoever. But it's not looking good at the moment. There's a huge back body drop. And the strength and power of the former Olympic gold medalist is pretty overwhelming in the early part of this matchup. And now Anderson tries to get back into this one, and he does. Here's a shot, and oh my god, a headbutt. What a headbutt to the shoulder there. Sent into the corner, but a clothesline by Anderson. Anderson, he's got to outwit Kurt Angle. It's not going to be easy. Angle's very smart mentally, but there's a drop kick by Anderson. On that occasion, he was smarter, and the feet come in right at you, full force in the chest. It's not going to be easy. Mr. Anderson, he's an accomplished person here in NLW. He's a former hardcore champion here. Had an impressive winning streak of his own in the day, but oh my, now he's caught out by Angle, and there's a belly to back suplex. And there's a kick to the skull, my goodness. It was almost a year ago when Mr. Anderson had an incredible matchup against Kurt Angle. He had an incredible matchup about a year ago against AJ Styles in the I Quit match. Here's the cover. That was a year ago. Now he's on a bigger stage here at Destruction, going one-on-one with Kurt Angle, and now we see the rake to the eyes, and now hanging that arm in the rope. Mr. Anderson now going to target the body part. That's what you're going to do to try and catch out Angle, and he does that. And now Angle, his arm is in trouble now. Anderson knows he's got to work on it and drags it and slams it across the mat with force, and now an elbow to the arm. Now he's got the arm bar locked in. Mr. Anderson going to work heavily on Angle, but Angle rolling through, both men back to their feet, and now Anderson close into Angle, and there's an elbow again, and now he's going to throw him across the ropes. No, but oh, there's a punch. Angle has never faced Anderson in one-on-one competition before in NLW, but he's getting a taste of what his opponents have felt over the past couple of weeks. Anderson dominating Kurt Angle like nobody has before, and that, if this continues, it's going to be good for him. Oh my god, is it going to be Mike check? But now Kurt Angle goes behind, and there's a German suplex. German suplex, and he's thrown across the ring. And now Angle looks ready. Angle looks ready, and we're going to see an Angle slam, but no. Mr. Anderson scouts it. And now Kenton bomb by Anderson. Thought he was going to go for the Angle slam, but here's the cover following the Kenton bomb, but the kick out by Kurt Angle. Angle, he's on the back foot at the moment, he's holding his back, and now we're going to see a mic check. But now Angle has Anderson grounded. We're going to see an ankle lock. He's got the ankle held, but there's a kick by Anderson to the face of Angle. Angle is in trouble at the moment, but now Anderson, oh, he moves out of the way, and now, oh my goodness, we're going to see a Angle slam. Nope, mic check. Oh my god, he's biting him. Oh my goodness. Angle using the survival-like tactics. Don't know how fair and legal that was, but it certainly did the deed, and there's a moonsault from the top. Incredible moonsault by Kurt Angle, the athleticism, but Anderson still manages to kick out. Holding his stomach there, that may have been too much risk. What's Anderson thinking now? Oh my, Angle slam from Anderson. Kurt Angle, and there you see what we were saying earlier, the lack of respect being shown by Anderson to Angle. The Olympic slam, Angle's finishing maneuver used against him, and oh my. And now Anderson doing this, he's exposed the turnbuckle here. Oh, now Anderson, oh my goodness, it backfired, and now Anderson gets a taste of his own medicine. Mic check by Angle, and now we see the ankle lock. Ankle lock submission applied, and he's got nowhere to go. Angle's tactics have worked for him now. Anderson exposing the turnbuckle, backfired for him, and now he's dragged away from the ropes. He may be tapping right now, but rolls through again. Anderson rolls him through, and now, oh, he's got him caught. And the mic check. Mic check. Here's the cover. Oh, and almost. Very, very close. Angle grabbing the ropes, and that was seriously close. Could have been all over right there. Anderson, what's he got to do? That didn't work. And now, oh, we're going to see another mic check. A second mic check now. Oh no, Angle slam from out of nowhere. Ankle slam from out of nowhere. And now this crowd's gone ballistic. Look at this. Not taking any chances now. Not standing up. Angle has the ankle lock submission locked in. Cinch. And Anderson has to tap. Anderson has to tap out. The force of that ankle lock was too much, but you gotta say, even though he didn't win this, you gotta believe Anderson put up a hell of a fight. Nothing we've ever seen from him. He put all he had into this. But is there more in the tank? We'll only see in future, but nevertheless, Kurt Angle using the ankle lock submission to his advantage and pick up the victory over Mr. Anderson. Well, it's pretty back and forth. Anderson marking Angle with the Angle slam, and then it was a mic check from Angle, and then both men hit their finishing maneuvers, but it was this that did it for Anderson. Angle winning the matchup following the ankle lock submission that always does it, making Anderson tap out, and I think Angle extends his record to 4-0 here in NLW. He is still undefeated, but you gotta believe this was the closest he came to losing. Kurt Angle came so close to losing. Mr. Anderson put up one hell of a fight. He almost had it, but Angle continues his momentum here in the company. Adds yet another name to the list. Mr. Anderson becomes yet another statistic, but if this performance was anything to go by, he's going to be a future star here in the company. Later tonight, you two will defend those tag team championships against Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez, and we all know what happened last time. R-Truth, past couple weeks, you've gone a little bit loopy. You've gone a little bit crazy. You've gone a bit out of control, and I've got to keep you back under control, I'm afraid. At least for tonight. You've got a tag team title defense, and I'll remind you that this match tonight can't end like it did at WrestleMania. Tonight there must be a winner, and it must be fair. Tonight, if you get disqualified or counted out, you will lose the tag team championships. Do I make myself clear? I can see it a little bit tense, but that's okay. Just focus on defending those titles, and defend them well. And mark my words, there will be consequences. If you get disqualified or counted out, you lose the tag team championships. Commissioner made it clear to Kofi and Truth, if they get disqualified or counted out, they lose the championships. However, coming up next, a championship match that can only end in submission. Up next is a submission match, and it just so happens that it's for the Intercontinental Championship and features two of the best submission specialists in the history of pro wrestling. One of them, about to make his way to the ring, is the challenger for the Intercontinental title tonight. He is Y2J Chris Jericho. A few weeks back at WrestleMania, he competed in a triple threat matchup alongside Chris Benoit and Alberto Del Rio for the IC Gold. Jericho came up short in that matchup. It was Chris Benoit who was victorious, ending Del Rio's championship reign. Can Jericho tonight etch his name into history as the third ever Intercontinental Champion? We will find out. Chris Benoit, however, will have other plans on his hands. Tonight, the only way this match can end is by submission, but it favours both guys. And now about to make his way to the ring to an incredible crowd response, the Rabid Wolverine, the Intercontinental Champion, Chris Benoit. Benoit won the title at WrestleMania, went on to defend it successfully against Del Rio the night after, and then the week following, Chris Jericho challenged Benoit to this matchup here tonight on an episode of the highlight reel. Benoit accepted, but over the past couple weeks, both men have made each other tap out to each other's finishing maneuvers, each other's specialist submission holds. What does that say about tonight? Well, it says that these two are incredibly even match competitors. And tonight they fight for what they believe in, that being the Intercontinental title. They lock up in this match. There are no pinfalls, no countouts, and no disqualifications. The only way to win this matchup is by submission. It is a submission matchup. Jericho looking like he's getting frustrated, goes behind, there's a punch, and there's the Bulldog combo. Jericho, that's going to do well for him at the moment, but it's not going to be incredibly well if you want to hit a submission, but then again he can weaken the body. And that's what he's doing right now, is he sends Benoit into the corner, and now it looks as if he's going to try and mark him by applying the crossface, the move which Jericho tapped out to a couple weeks ago. In fact, Jericho not the only one made to tap out. There's a German suplex, and now Benoit going for like some sort of bear hold, I think. Not letting go of the ribs there. Benoit in an episode of Metal went one-on-one with Triple H, the world champion. Chris Jericho's the one who cost him that matchup. Could have won it. However, Jericho interfered, and oh my god! Suicide dive from Benoit, and that may have been one for the highlight reel, but I don't know how wise it was. Good god, did you see the way his lower back went into that barricade? So early on in this matchup, and I'm already concerned for Benoit's health. Oh god. A drop kick into the steel steps by Jericho, and rolling Benoit back into the ring. Well, we've got to take a look back at this. Benoit diving through the second rope, but it's the way the bridge of the back hit the barricade with such force. And if Jericho's going to hit the walls later on in this matchup, it's going to be a lot easier, and now Jericho's going to work on those ribs. And that's not it. The only thing that Benoit has to worry about at the moment, Jericho got fooled there, and he's catapulted into the corner turnbuckle. A few weeks back, Benoit faced Triple H, almost beat him. If it wasn't for Jericho interfering, Jericho then, following the matchup, made Benoit tap out to the walls. Coincidentally, well, he's still holding his ribs, and Jericho's still targeting those ribs, and now this is applying huge pressure to those ribs that he's just injured. Abdominal stretch here. This is dangerous for Benoit. course, that's not the only injury he's suffering. There's a flipping elbow to the skull. Jericho now goes to the ropes and is going to hit it. There's a lionsault onto the ribs. Those ribs are being worked on heavily by Jericho, and if he hits the submission hold, it could be deadly. And now he's got him held. Benoit waving his legs, but he reverses the pressure. Reversing it now. Benoit with a pile driver. Benoit pile driving Jericho, and he's going to the top to finish his job. He's on the top rope now, and this don't look good for Jericho, but misses the headbutt. Crashes and burns, didn't see Jericho coming his way. Jericho wisely moved out of the way. Benoit on the apron now, but pushed off by Jericho. The ribs also going to be a factor in this matchup. Jericho working on them right now, driving them into the ring apron and then into the steel steps. Not the only injury that Benoit has to worry about now. He's also got a severe knee injury. Well, not severe, thankfully. It's minor at the moment, but he's wearing a knee brace under those shorts. Benoit with the injured knee, and now they're trading blows, trading slaps and chops to the chest. And look at this. Oh my God, the ruthless aggression, relentless on each other. But it's Jericho with the last laugh. There's a punch. The chests are going to be sore in the morning. Jericho going shoulder first into the steel ring post. That's going to affect you greatly, and now Benoit trying to go for the crossface to put this one away. The only way to win this matchup is by submission. It's a submission match for the Intercontinental title. Of course, remember, first ever pay-per-view event Intensity, that was over 2 years ago now. Benoit had an incredible submission matchup against Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels. He didn't win, but he put on a hell of a performance, and now Jericho beating up Benoit on the floor. Punches to the face. Now back up, and stiff blows having its effect, but there's an elbow by Benoit. Can he get back into it? Oh wow, what a roundhouse. Already back up, and already a DDT by Jericho. Benoit is in a heap of trouble right now. Of course, this past week they were told by the commissioner not to interfere in each other's matches, so ever since, misses the dropkick there, ever since Benoit's match with Triple H on Metal Episode 8, they have not come into contact with each other, bar the confrontation they had backstage at last night's event. Jericho now looking for a suplex, is he? Looks that way, but Benoit has him scouted just about. Has him by the legs, and oh my, Canadian Roots coming out now. The Canadian Crippler with the sharpshooter on applied. And what's Jericho doing? Oh my goodness, he's taken off the knee brace of Benoit. We mentioned before the injured knee that Benoit suffered in his matchup against Raven this past week. And it was only exacerbated against Raven. He suffered it in a match with Triple H, but using that knee brace as a weapon, and unfortunately there's nothing the referee can do about this in this particular submission match. There are no DQ and no count out. Only way to win is by submission, and he may do that right now. Benoit, oh my, is this a variation of the walls? Oh my. Sorry for saying oh my so much, but he's seriously wrenching back on it, and the walls in the ropes, but Benoit just about goes for the enziguri, but caught out by Jericho. Jericho now going for the double powerbomb combo, and he does for a minute, but now Benoit rolls through, and it's a kick to the skull. Swift kick by Jericho, trying to get out of it, holding his back, but it's only going to be injured for even further. There's another German by Benoit, flipping Jericho out of his boots. Incredible submission match here tonight. We've already seen one championship change hands, Cena becoming the new hardcore champion earlier tonight. We will see a new Intercontinental champion crowned here. Don't look like it's going to be if this continues. Look at the way Jericho's got those leg scissors, and this is a deadly submission hold. He's literally squeezing the life out of Benoit in those ribs and kicks it to the ribs again. The leg scissors squeezing the life out of Benoit, and he is in a whole heap of trouble, especially now he's not wearing that knee brace he's supposed to, and now go for the code breaker. Benoit catches him, but that injured knee caught him out, but now Benoit rolls him through, and the crossface in the center of the ring. Jericho may have no choice but to tap. Jericho is fading fast. And there's that knee brace. Oh my, Jericho! Using that knee brace to hit it off the back of the skull of Benoit. Oh, for God's sake. Jericho using that knee brace to put it... Oh my Lord. Look at the blood flowing from the skull of Chris Benoit. Is he even conscious? What, but... Oh my God. He's unconscious and the referee has no choice but to put a stop to this. He never tapped out, but the referee deciding that Benoit passed out while in the walls, and in fact he may have passed out from that shot with the knee brace, and this means we've got a new Intercontinental Champion. Chris Jericho shocking the world here and picking up the victory over Chris Benoit, but amid controversial circumstances, Benoit never tapped out, he passed out. He is bleeding so heavily from that wound from the knee brace shot. Well, we'll take a look back at this and what happened. Caught the co-breaker and then looked as if it was going to be over with the crossface, but Jericho managed to grab Benoit's knee brace, hitting it off of his skull, knocking him unconscious, and that meant referee had literally no choice but to stop this matchup. The blood was flowing thickly through Benoit's skull. He still don't know where he is, but he never tapped out. The aim of the submission matchup was to make your opponent tap out, and Benoit did not do that. But clearly the referee felt since he was unconscious, he had to stop the matchup and award it to Jericho. But still, if you're Benoit, only a second championship defense, it must eat a hole in your stomach. You never quit. You never gave up. You put your heart into it, and in the end, you had to pass out before you tapped out, before you gave in. Jericho wins the IC title amid major controversy. Well, new champion crowned here tonight, but somebody who's obviously in a lot of pain right now is CM Punk. Earlier tonight on Metal, CM Punk, the injuries and the concussion he suffered was exacerbated when he was RKO'd on the floor in the end of Metal, the Destruction pre-show earlier tonight. Of course, he is scheduled to go one-on-one with Randy Orton up next. We will have a full update next week. Will he be able to face Randy Orton? We will find out. CM Punk is scheduled to face Randy Orton next week. However, will he be able to show up, and will he be able to compete next week when it's Punk versus Orton?